Podcast. I'm your host, Lady She. On tonight, we'll be learning about remodeling. We'll be learning about home renovations and things, the gift in the craft. So, one of the reasons why I have my guest on tonight is because I did go to college. A lot of people that I'm surrounded by went to college, and a lot of us don't even use our degrees. And I feel that a lot of times as parents, we kind of push college on our children, and sometimes we miss out on seeing their gifts. And it's a gift when you're able to create things, carpentry, things of that nature, and you can live very, very well in that craft. So this is one of the reasons why I had this particular guest on tonight, Mr. Grafton. How do you pronounce your last name? Let me say it correctly.
Ifill.
It is Ifill.
Very simple.
Mr. Grafton Ifill Jr.
Yes, ma'am.
Of Platinum Hands LLC. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming, Daggone it. Shoot. Thank you for coming. Listen, I'm excited.
Okay.
I love to learn. So that's what, I shared with you earlier, that's what the platform is for. We want to educate people, we want to encourage people, we want to inspire people. I absolutely know so many people, even growing up, being from Hempstead, growing up on Terrace Avenue, we always had certain people that, we call the handyman. We're like, oh, call such and such, he'll come by and fix such and such.
Right.
But I'm like, did they ever get educated, or it's just something they just know how to do? How did this come about?
Being the only boy, middle child, two sisters, older and younger, I was called to put everything together. Computer, VCR, cabinets, any little thing that would require some attention or how to put together. Since I was the boy, I was called to do these things.
So it was kind of natural? Or you kind of had to learn as you went along because you had to do it because you were the boy?
Well, yeah, and at 12 years old, my father, he's from Barbados. My family's Bajan.
All right,
and
Bajans.
They're very proud people, and they love knowledge, and they like to learn and do things themselves. So at 12 years old, my father, who's a registered nurse,
love that.
They own a home in Westbury, and rather than call somebody to do things in the home, my father got books and read and learned how to do it himself, and those are the things that I read growing up.
Love that.
At 12 years old, he had me in the electrical panel, wiring the basement, putting in outlets, switches, things of that nature.
Wow.
I thought, when I got a little older, it was a little weird that you had a 12-year-old kid in an electrical box. So I asked him, I said, "Yo, Pop, what were you thinking?" He said, "Yo, I could tell you were ready."
Love that. The father knew.
Couldn't argue with him.
I know, that's a fact. I love that. That's awesome. That's amazing.
And I see that in my son now, who's 13, with a mechanical mind, looking to see how things work, taking things apart. When I was younger, it was called, oh, he's being destructive or wicked. No, I want to see how it works, so I'm going to take it apart.
Right. Love that. Love that. So dad saw it early on.
Yeah, he did.
Love that.
He did.
So now, was it just dad that you were raised by, or was it dad and mom?
Mom and dad, grandparents, very, very tight family, uncles, aunts, everybody, big family, which is great.
Right.
But yeah, I was always the go-to, and this is a family of nurses.
Wow.
Everybody in the family is
in the medical field.
Right. And my mom would ask me, like, how come you never went into being a nurse? I said, listen, y'all deal with people. I deal with buildings, which, if you look at it metaphorically, is the same thing. You have skin, which is the covering, to the bones, which are the 2x4s in the framework. You have a circulatory system, which controls your heat and how you get water here and there. Your home has to breathe, because if it doesn't breathe, it will fall apart and decay. So it's like it is a living organism. It's an entity.
Love that.
And you have to know how to take care of it. So that's what I do as far as inanimate objects, and they take care of people.
I love that. So that was dope. Did you just make that up?
Maybe.
He's like, it sounded good. Don't worry about it.
But the similarities.
No, that was cool.
Yeah, the similarities.
That makes so much sense.
If you don't care for your home,
just like anything
you
else,
don't care for your body, it will fall apart.
Absolutely. No, it makes so much sense.
Yeah,
I love that. That was very cool. So, coming from a family that's predominantly in the medical field, dad seeing your gifting at 12 or putting you in position, at 12 years old, Did you go to school?
Of course.
Okay.
I finished high school, and you know, like you were saying before, I guess we started on the feed.
Mhm.
College is not for everybody. I
Right.
tried college. It's not for me.
Mhm.
I should have been in BOCES.
Got you.
I should have been in
Shout out to
BOCES
BOCES.
from high school, because learning a trade is something that they can't take from you.
Right.
You know, it's something, it's knowledge that will get you anywhere you want to be, depending on how far you take it or push it.
Right.
Like right now, I can go to any state in this country, really and truly anywhere in the world, because I have portable skills.
Right.
If you've got
That's
electricity, I'm good. You've got plumbing, I'm good. You've got carpentry, I'm good. As long as I have my tools
And your hands.
and my hands,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Love that. Love that. So now, you said you were the middle child.
Mhm.
Shout out to the middle kids, man. What kind of dope? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just dope
This
with
is
that. So, but what was that like being not just the middle child, but the only boy?
It was cool. I mean, me and my older sister are very close in age. We bumped heads a lot, but you know, that's what siblings do.
Right.
It was cool being raised in Westbury, and
Mhm.
you know, being the middle child. I don't know how else to compare
This is
it,
true. This is true.
but that's what I am.
Well, I mean, and when I say, we're not saying compare, but you kind of can when you see your other siblings, because some of us know, like, oh, the youngest got everything, or the
Mhm.
youngest got to pass everything.
Mhm.
Was it anything like that going on, or no? Not really.
No,
That's
but,
cool.
I mean,
That's good.
with my mom, different story. I'm her only boy, so
Right.
I got away with a lot of things because.
Let me ask you this,
I'm
because thank you for
boy.
saying that. This is something I honestly really would love to have you answer. I would talk to other Caribbean people,
Mhm.
right? Females. And they will always say, oh no, because the boys didn't have to do.
Mhm.
No, the boys didn't have to do. The boys, we cleaned up for the boys. We did this for the boys. They didn't have to do anything. Our parents didn't let the boys do anything. And I'm like, is that true, or is it just the people I'm talking to?
I wouldn't say
Is that
that.
kind of true?
No. I mean, my sisters had to wash the dishes. We all had to clean,
Right.
but I had to do the dirty work.
Okay.
Cut the grass,
Okay.
take the garbage out,
Okay.
clean up after the dog.
Okay.
Boy stuff. They wasn't having the females do
Okay.
that.
I got you. I got you.
We,
I think it was a thing of cooking and
handled-
cleaning and all
yeah,
that kind of
cooking.
stuff.
That
Yeah.
was like my sisters and my mom. I would eat.
Right.
That was my job. But you
gotta
know,
live to eat.
doing
Gotta
the
eat to
doing,
live,
doing the
excuse me.
dirty work, cleaning out
Right.
the garage, cleaning the shed, cutting the grass. It was, I want to say, gender specific. Granted, we live
Right.
in 2022 now, but nah, there's some things that are gender
You need to-
specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on in here. Hello. Hello. Let's be clear. Let's be clear.
Like,
All right,
yeah,
so-
a woman could do it too, but
Yeah, that don't mean you should.
exactly.
For all stuff, it don't mean you should.
Exactly.
I got you. I got you.
Exactly.
So growing up with now, your parents came here when?
Well, we moved to Westbury in 1979.
Oh, you were born in Barbados?
I was born in Southside Jamaica.
Okay.
You know, my parents are from Barbados.
Okay.
I can claim dual citizenship. I am what they would call a Bajan Yankee.
Got you.
So, but
So Bajan Yankee is your parents are from Barbados, but you were born here.
right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
Love that. Love that.
And the knack for working with my hands, like I said, when my pop moved to the house in '79, they didn't have a super anymore. They didn't have somebody to call because
True.
this went or this broke or
Right.
you got a home now. And
Yeah.
it's on you. So
Yeah, I had to
this-
deal with that
yeah.
culture shock.
One story that my father told me that I remember to this day, he called a plumber because the faucet was leaking, and you know, watch and observe. My pop is watching.
Right.
He saw the guy take the faucet apart, take out a rubber washer, put it in there, close it back, no more leaking. Here's a bill for 1979, I think it was $85.
Right, and that was a lot back then.
It was a lot. And
Yeah.
Pop was like, nah. So growing up, I had plumbing 1, 2, 3, electrical 1, 2, 3. Those were the books I read
Right.
because those were the books my pop read. So he'd be able to do in the house without having to call anybody else. And I'm glad I grew up like that because I don't really have to call anybody for anything.
That's the one. I'm telling you. That's the one. You don't have to call nobody because you can do it yourself, or at least try and attempt. You know what I mean? So
I can do it very well.
I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome. And I think And it's funny that we're talking about this because I saw earlier today, scrolling through Instagram, a gentleman was being interviewed, and he said, "No, my kids come with me so they can see everything I'm doing."
Absolutely.
He said, "Why wouldn't I show them what I'm doing?"
Come on.
They need it. He said, if they want to be entrepreneurs and they want to start their business, they need to see, yo, and my dad to do A, B, and C, so they can know either something they want to do or they may not want to do it.
Right.
But you're gonna see everything I'm doing. He said, I take my kids with me. He said, I'll do my shipping. They ride with me in the car.
That's a fact.
He said, they see me taking phone calls. What am I leaving the room for?
Yep.
They're gonna hear how I handle this phone call and everything.
Absolutely.
So I think that's amazing that your dad, did that for you.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. That's
He
awesome.
didn't. I don't even think he knew what he was doing when he did that.
Right.
But it was just, you're the boy in the house. He's not. My sisters weren't interested.
Mhm.
I was.
Mhm.
When he went out, I played with his tools, hammers, wrenches. My birthday's in November,
Okay.
so I would get toys for my birthday. I would also get toys for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
These toys would be taken apart by New Year's. I had completely different toys. I put this one with that one, and developing a mechanical mind. I didn't know what I was doing at the time, but I look back at it now, and let your kids destroy things.
Absolutely.
Destroy.
Right.
Because they're learning.
They're learning.
I was learning.
Mm-hmm.
When I got my first car, it was what was it? I think it was an 87 Nissan Maxima. My parents gave it to me. My mother comes home from work one day. The doors are off. The seats are out. It's on the driveway, completely taken apart. And she was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm putting the system in."
Woo!
And I put it in professionally.
See that?
Yeah.
And he would have had to pay somebody like $2,000.
No way.
See that?
No way.
You know how much money he's saving? Listen.
Yeah, literally.
I wish I could do it. I promise you. When you brought up moving to the house and there was no super, that thing got real for me. Real fast. I was like, a plumber want what?
Yeah.
I'm like, you want what to drain my pipes? Oh, no. Nah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is ridiculous. I said, but I get it.
This may be on the low end, but if you call a plumber to come to your house before they even touch a tool, it's $150.
80, yeah.
80
and up.
It's 80, 180 now?
No, 80 and up.
Okay, I better change.
And that's somebody I know. You know what I mean? 100 and up is probably somebody I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
this is true.
It's and I get it. Listen, I'm not mad. No. Listen, you price by what you feel your gifting is.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're gonna tap into that as well.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing that. So now you're from Long Island, you're from Westbury.
Mm-hmm.
He asked me how did I find him, and once again, shout out to Black Long Island. Listen, I don't take it lightly, the connections, the divine connection that God is doing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put yourself out there. If you don't, people won't see you.
That is true.
So because his work was such, he has a spirit of excellence with his work. I kept seeing his name, and I don't need no work done right now. But when you see somebody's name, you see you looking to see if you need any work done, because you're like, he is a beast.
Stop it.
So that's where this came from. I'm watching, and people are raving about his work, and I promise you, his name keep popping up.
True.
And I'm like, I love this. I absolutely love this.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So now with that, when did you decide that, this is what I know I'm supposed to be? No, first, let me do this.
Mm-hmm.
You said you went to school.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go to school and when?
Westbury High School.
Okay.
After Westbury High School, I tried my hand at SUNY Old Westbury. That didn't really work out. Tried my hand at...
When you say try my hand, as in like you went in saying, I'm going to take in this particular... Were you trying to like please the parents that do medical field?
No.
Okay.
I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Gotcha.
So I went to school.
Sorry.
I look back at it now, it was like really a waste of time. Not everybody learns the same. I should not have been in that type of school. Mm-hmm. Like when I went to Nassau, they told me I had to take a gym class. I'm like, this is college.
Right.
What are you?
Mm-hmm. Getting credits that have nothing to do with your degree.
None whatsoever.
It's just still bad. It's just still bad.
So,
I don't know. Now let me ask you this. You said no. When you went to SUNY or Westbury,
mm-hmm.
that was the first school.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what you took up?
A bunch of nonsense. Honestly.
What did your parents say?
They really didn't say much because
were they paying for it?
No, I was. Right.
So from high school,
mm-hmm.
you were paying for college.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you working?
Chinese restaurant in Roosevelt Field called Manchu Wok. I worked with Johnny Rockets. I always wanted to have my own money and be independent.
Let me say this.
Listen, I did not like asking my parents for money.
That's what I was going to say.
No.
Clearly that was on you saying, I'm not asking them.
No.
Wow.
Because I mean, they're Bajan. They could give me $20. What is that? No. I
didn't think he's gonna say that.
Need my own
He
money.
playing. He definitely playing. He is joking. Because if your parents is nurses, they know college costs money. It was not gonna give you no $20.
No, but still, at the same token, you know.
No, that was your attitude.
Yeah,
Like,
as soon as I turn 15,
I'm not being an adult.
I can get working papers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go work. I want my own money.
Love this.
I don't want to ask anybody for anything.
Listen, see what he talking about? I was him growing up. We don't really have that anymore. Y'all have to impart these things to your children, teach them about working hard and earning things. Absolutely. And I feel like, it's not shade. It's not shade. Please hear me very clearly, but a lot of the children that I meet really don't want to do anything.
No.
They on the phones. They trying to look good. They want the Yeezy, all stuff. But I worked for when I had Jordans at 14. Yeah. I worked for having, Tommy Hilfiger back then in Polo. I worked. I don't get this.
Mom didn't really want me to work. I didn't have to.
Right.
But I wouldn't feel right.
Yeah.
Asking, like, they're out there going hard. Yeah. Like, hey, can I have some money? No.
Yeah, you living there eating and asking.
No.
He said, this ain't my cup of tea. No. I gotta go get to this money.
I had a feeling of independence from early, and I guess that's, what they instilled in me growing up. Confidence, self-reliance, all those things, self-esteem. And it's like, all right, I got all these qualities and attributes. I need my own money. I wouldn't feel right.
Right. Let me ask you this. Being that you were the one, who didn't stick to the medical field, was that also a thing where you felt like, I have to be independent because I'm already independent? Because I'm already doing my own thing? I'm already in my own vein?
Tell you the truth, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay. That's an honest answer.
I worked for Chase Bank.
What did you do there?
At Chase Bank, I was service line.
Okay.
People call up, ask where their money is. I tell them, you spent it. And, they didn't want to hear it.
Like, where it's at. You went to Mexico. You was out there shopping. You don't have the money now.
I'll tell you this, the cubicle work was not for me.
Right.
I got a lot of accolades because, it's a script.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing over and over and over.
Repetitive, right.
I got very bored.
Mm-hmm. So were you that kid that because you would constantly, because to me, what I think is this, and I'm just thinking about even with my kids, but I'm thinking about kids who see things and can see what they might look like in the inside just by looking at it. Your mind is constantly going, so you would get bored. Were you in like gifted classes?
Yeah, I didn't even realize I had a Regents diploma until I looked at my diploma 2 months after I graduated. I had no idea.
He had all the high classes. Don't know. He just chilling, just showing up. Wow. And other kids are probably there like, I need to get this diploma. My mother's gonna kill me.
Struggling. What I would do at the beginning of the school year, this is when we had textbooks. I would read those textbooks from September till I was finished with them. So then come January, February, March.
You like this?
It's in here already. Yeah. Just give me the test. There's a funny story. Just another little story. My mother's a nurse. She works at Cliffside Nursing Home in Queens. And one of my math teachers, Mr. Durba, his mother became ill, and she was a patient of my mother in this nursing home. And he didn't know that, but when he looked at the chart and saw the charge nurse, last name Ifill.
Right.
Hey, do you have children in Westbury, Grafton, and Sherry? Oh. And she said, yes, those are my kids. And he just shook his head, that Grafton. I don't know how he does it. I used to sleep in this man's class every day. Maintained a 93 average, though.
Wow. I know it's going to be somebody watching this like he was that kid in class.
He didn't understand it. It's math and numbers.
Yeah.
You're not going to fool me.
That's your world.
Throw some letters in there. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Trigonometry, geometry.
What?
That's what I use now.
That's what I'm saying. That's your world.
So, math class, no problem. Other classes, like I said, I would read those textbooks. So I really didn't have to.
There was no real effort.
Nah.
Because it was already up there.
That's why I should have been in BOCES.
Right. No.
Because
so explain to what BOCES is. Everyone doesn't. I know what it is, but
BOCES is as I understand it, a program like a separate schooling that will focus you on a trade, whether it be carpentry, plumbing, cosmetics, or hair care, or auto mechanics.
Right.
When you observe a child and they see they have a certain aptitude or an inclination to something
Right.
that needs to be stressed and observed.
Mm-hmm.
Back in my day, the stigma was BOCES is for the slow kids or for the bad kids.
Mm-hmm.
I should have been in BOCES from day one.
Absolutely.
Because
thank you for saying that.
I was a distracted kid.
Mm-hmm.
The way you're teaching, I don't need that
Mm-hmm.
because I read the books already. And to me, it was like common sense.
Right.
Put me somewhere that I can focus my energy because even still, I may have ADHD.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
But when I was in the bank, I was so bored.
Mm-hmm.
I was there probably for about a year and a half. The supervisor comes up to my desk. She's like, Mr. Ifill, you have all these accolades and service stars. You're doing really well here. You don't have anything at your desk. No pictures, no nothing.
He's like, 'cause I ain't comfortable.
I told, and I was very flip. I was young, immature.
Mm-hmm.
But, I told her, I said, I'm either going to get fired or I'm going to quit. And the less stuff I have to take out of here, the better. I said these words because that type of work is not for me. Sitting in a cubicle, I'm always looking out the window.
Mm-hmm.
Nah. Whereas with construction, you have to use your brain to problem solve. Your whole body, your hands, your muscles. Everything has to be in one accord so you get a perfect result.
I can tell you love what you do.
Of course.
Just because of what you just said.
Yeah.
How you broke that down,
Yeah.
you absolutely love what you do. And that's awesome.
I do.
Everybody can't say that.
No.
That is good living. That is awesome.
To me, it's fun to me
Mm-hmm.
because it constantly changes.
It doesn't feel like a job to you
No.
because you enjoy it. That's what life is supposed to be about. Let me just say that. It shouldn't feel like it's a job. When you do what you love, the extra bonus is you actually get paid to do it.
Right.
You know
On
what I
top
mean?
of which, there's not too many Graftons,
Right.
so I can't be out here doing BS.
You better say that one.
I can't be out here doing BS. The people that have caught, and I love Black Long Island, Felicia and Billy Moss.
Absolutely.
I was there from the
Love
jump
that
when y'all
couple.
started it,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been a blessing. I've met so many good people through there.
Amazing people in that
I
group.
wish that I could get to all of the people that there's so many people that call me that I can't get to.
I know.
And it's like the ones that I can't get to, when I do get to them, they're like, yeah, look at this. We called such and such and
I know
that.
beforehand.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I couldn't get there because
Yeah. And so what he's saying is because there is a lot of love in this particular group. And once again, if you're on Facebook and you're on Long Island, you absolutely want to join this group, Black Long Island. They're very supportive. They don't just have it to where if you search for a certain thing, they also have events as well and invite people out so they can congregate and network. Network is life. Let's do that. So, huge shout out to the Moss couple. But what he's basically saying is that because, like I said, what did I say in the beginning? Every time I saw his work, I didn't need nothing done in my house. And I'm like, I feel like I want to get something done just so he can finesse it. But because of the spirit of excellence, when you see his work, people keep looking for him and he can't be everywhere. So what will happen is they'll end up getting someone else.
Right.
By the time he comes, they're like, see what I ended up having to spend money on?
Yeah.
And now he has to fix that.
I've seen some horror stories.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if I cannot do something, I will tell you straight up, nah, that's not, I'm not comfortable with that. That's not what I do.
Good for you.
But you could, no, I'm not going to be in anybody's house practicing.
Right.
If I come in your house and I'm doing something, best believe I know what I'm doing.
Right. Love that you said that.
Facts.
Let's normalize that. Yeah. Stop taking on jobs and services that you are not equipped for just to take people money.
And money is not it.
Right.
And I'll say this to say that I value my reputation more than any dollar bill you could ever give me.
Say that.
I value it more.
Say that.
I mean, I'm still going to look for the dollar bill, but that's not the motivator.
Yeah.
My
your
reputation
brand
is.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you this, like 3-4 calls per day. Highly recommended. Can you come? No, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm busy.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait. Oh, man.
Look, he's blocking money. Y'all, look at this. So
I wish I could find more like me.
We're going to tap into that. Don't even do it. Don't touch it. Don't do it. Okay. All right. So when did you start? I love the name.
What's that?
Platinum Hands.
Okay.
He said, "What's that?"
Oh.
That's the name of your company, Platinum Hands LLC. What made you name it that?
I didn't.
Oh.
My late wife named my company for me.
Wow.
Because for one, she saw that I was very good with my hands, and they're lotion today, but they were always ashy.
Right.
The metal that is close to is platinum.
She's
She
funny.
wasn't gonna call me golden hands.
Right.
She said platinum is more expensive than metal, and your hands be looking like platinum sometimes. So she named it
You gotta
Platinum
love
Hands.
the wife.
And I
Bless
said,
her.
you know what? Thank you.
Love that. That was
Thank you.
dope. So when did this come about?
I want to say I started taking my skills seriously around 2009.
2009. So now, when did you get married?
2010, 11. Don't quote me.
Okay. So after you had already started the business, but she just named it.
No, I didn't start anything. The business, as far as paperwork and
The legalities.
is probably about a good 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I was freestyling for a while. Some people will call it lone wolfing. And, that's what I was doing. And I wanted to take it to another level.
Right.
And I'll tell you this, if Black Long Island, if you're watching, I tried taking it to that level. And unless you have the right people in place, it's not going to work. So,
Explain.
meaning, if I have to babysit or watch or guess about your skill set,
Come on.
I cannot have you here.
Gotcha.
Because it's going to drive me insane.
Right.
It's not your name on the ticket.
Right.
It's mine.
Absolutely.
So if you go into somebody's house and you don't spackle that correctly, they're not looking at you. They're looking at me.
That's a fact.
And that
Thank you for saying
was
that.
a lot of stress that I didn't want on my plate. And that really came with the renovations, the bathrooms, the kitchens, the basements. Could I do it myself? Yes, I could do all of it myself, but it would take too long.
Yeah. Right.
Take too long.
Right.
So you know what? Try and find the people that can help. And like I said earlier, I don't want to practice in somebody's home. So
I get that part. I get that
tried
part.
it, and now I'm trying to reevaluate what it is I want to do.
Okay.
Do I want to try and find someone to complement my skills, or do I want to just lone wolf it and go back to what I was doing?
Okay. Gotcha.
Which was, I call them one-hitter quitters.
Right. So let me do this. You're now officially you are an LLC right now, and do you have somewhat of a team, or you're still kind of
No.
Is it like kind of hit or miss?
We tried it. I mean, I have some good guys that I will call on if necessary. But if you have these type of skills and you are good, you're not just hanging around.
Right. Gotcha.
You're not just hanging around.
Gotcha.
So if you are just hanging around, Graf, you got work today. Well, why are you not at work?
Right. Okay. I got you. That makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
That makes a lot of sense.
If you have skills and skills are in demand, you're not just going to be sitting around twiddling your thumbs.
Right. Gotcha.
So
So now you realize college is not it. How did you? Is it all that you are able to do? Is this all from you just learning, throughout the years, or did you finally go to school?
eventually I went to school.
Okay.
I started off, I was trained as a plumber.
Okay.
And you said you're from Terrace, 100 building.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A few years ago, they were redoing all the plumbing in that building.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a company in there. And I was living there at the time. And I needed some work.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw these non-melanated people in the building doing work.
Actually?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
I haven't been over there in years. So I don't know what's happening.
There were some tough guys. So,
Okay.
but I looked and I observed them one day and I said, you know what? Let me go get a job. Let me go get a job, not ask for one.
Right.
So I went to them and I said, listen, I need to speak to the foreman or the owner of this outfit. And when I speak, I have knowledge. So
they know the language.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. They caught it. Mm-hmm.
So the old man came over. He said, "Well, is something wrong with the toilet in your apartment?" I said, "No. I need one of those shirts, and I need to work with this company. I said, I need to work with this company. I need one of those shirts and I need to be on that crew. And he said, oh, nobody's ever spoke to us like that before. And he said, well, get down here tomorrow and we'll see what you got.
Boom.
I got down there tomorrow. This was when the 100 building flooded. I know it always floods, but the basement was completely flooded with water, and I'm the new guy, low man on the totem pole. So they had me doing the grunt work, making sure the machines was full. I had rubber boots up to my waist, all type of filth. I didn't care. Why? Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna get something.
I'm gonna get paid.
And I'm gonna learn something. I knew kind of about it, but they taught me all the nuances.
Love it.
They taught me all the nuances.
Be in place.
Yeah, and be aggressive.
Be aggressive.
You want something?
When you know you got a gift, you gonna talk it.
I didn't even have it.
Well, you know who you are.
I didn't know I had the gift,
Right.
but I know what I wanted. And the way I was taught growing up is, if you want it, you go get it.
Right.
Don't let nobody stop you.
Love that.
Do it legally.
Right. Let's do that part.
So I demanded a job from these guys, and they put me on. And I was with them for a good 7, 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And these are the plumbers that
That's dope.
They taught Roto-Rooter, Salento Pipeline, Macaron, a lot of the heavy-hitter companies. These were the guys
house.
that
What do you call it? The
taught
household names.
Yeah, the household names.
Wowzers.
They taught them. Steve Carasone, bless his soul, but I used to call him Uncle Steve because he took me under his wing and taught me what I needed to know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now that I love.
Yeah. And I built on it.
What is it? God kept giving me, say what you mean what you say. That's what that is.
Yep.
He like, man, I ain't really qualified, but they about to get this Grafton work today.
That's it.
Who I need to speak to?
Because
I love that.
One thing that you have to do, you have to humble yourself, but you also have to show openness to learn.
That's
and when I came to them with that demeanor, I mean, what more could you say?
Love that. Love that. Wow. So what made you leave there?
They were retired. They were getting old. Yeah.
He said they would get old.
Yeah. I mean, it was a small outfit. It was like 10 guys. And
what's an outfit?
Outfit is that's what we call a crew.
Okay.
A plumbing outfit.
Okay.
It's 10 guys.
Gotcha.
But they were getting older. Steve passed away from cancer.
Oh wow.
Mike Whiteman was still holding it down. He was older, wanted to retire, so he sold the company, moved down to North Carolina. To this day, if somebody calls him, he calls me.
Wow.
Listen, I got these people over here that need some work done. Don't burn your bridges.
Say that one, Grafton.
Do not burn your bridges.
Say that one. Be careful how you treat people.
If you so happen to burn a bridge, make sure you know how to build one.
It's the bars for me.
Yeah.
If you burn one, make sure you know how to build one.
I'm not in the habit of burning bridges, but I do know how to build them.
Right.
So many great people from Black Long Island, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
And little do they know, I don't know if you're watching, but anyone that I've ever done work for, I remember you and I treat you like family.
I love that.
That's what I consider you because you gave me a shot.
Absolutely.
It's very
People
intimate.
don't have to.
Listen, it's very intimate to work in somebody's house.
Absolutely.
So you will never see me coming with a bunch of guys from Home Depot.
Right.
I don't know them. I'm not bringing them into your home.
I don't know them.
Yeah, I don't want to take that responsibility.
I know that's right. Dang, I wish more people had the same energy as you.
Man,
Good God.
I don't want to play myself.
Listen, I told y'all the spirit of excellence. I told you. I know what I saw. You can tell when people love what they do. I can tell you, my house, I don't know who they had doing work in here, but it's all good. We figure things out as we go along. But, I can tell that you love what you do and you have that spirit of excellence hovers over you in your work.
Well, thank you.
And, continue to do what you are doing. So now, you said you got married. What was that like? And, if you want to tap into that, I know you said that she passed away. God bless her dead.
Yeah, it's a long story.
Oh, is it?
This was my second marriage.
Okay.
First marriage kind of destroyed me.
What's that mean? Well, it didn't really destroy you.
Emotionally.
It builds you up.
Broke me down.
Broke you down, but then you got built up.
Because
second one.
She found me.
Oh, wow.
And she saw past the self-destructive mode that I was in and knew that I was really a good guy.
Okay.
And she held me down, put me back together, was giving me lessons. May not have been the best guy all the time. I don't think anybody is.
Nobody is. Say that one.
She's given me two beautiful children, and she's raised them with such care and compassion. It is unreal.
Yeah.
And just knowing her, Ramona Ifill is her name. Just knowing her for I don't know each other for about good 20 some odd years.
Okay.
Yeah. But she was my guardian angel because without her, I probably wouldn't be here.
Right.
It's a fact.
That's a fact. Wow.
That's a fact.
Now, you don't have to go into it, but when you said, because, I'm not sure if I know you probably all over the place doing what you're doing, but one of the things that I've asked all the Black men that have come on here is, what is your take on, seeing our men? Well, you're probably not on social media a lot, but I am, and I've been seeing a lot of our men be kind of broken down. And it's also been a thing where, in our culture, it's not something that we usually do. Our men are taking their own lives. So I wanted to, you said that she broke you down. I wanted to know, what comes to mind when I say, our men are going through these mental things where they are breaking down, where they are actually taking their lives. What would you say about that?
It is tough being a person of color in this world because there's a lot that's expected of you. You may not have the tools to know how to deal with it, meaning internal tools. There's a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. God forbid if you've come in contact with law enforcement, you already know how they treat us. The
PTSD bonding.
You may come in contact with certain women, your environment, it can beat you down.
Right.
I don't know, you have to take yourself outside of the box. And
what's that look like?
What's that?
Taking yourself outside the box.
You got to really self-assess and look at your situation. Like, why am I so stressed out, or what's going on? But it can be overwhelming,
right?
Especially when you have responsibilities and duties, and you may not have all the tools necessary to get these things done. So you may think that, all right, maybe I'll do this over here, but that may not be the best thing to do. Okay.
Now, your dad and your mom, they gave you confidence, and, they actually nurtured your gift. Do you think that when it came to the love part and learning about relationship, do you think that you were kind of missing that? And this is why maybe the first situation was so devastating?
Nah, not at all.
Now what?
Not missing it at all.
Okay.
Not missing it at all. My parents are still married.
Okay.
50 some odd years.
Love that.
That's all I saw growing up. That's all I knew. Never saw my father hit my mother. Never saw an angry word. So going into relationships, that's what I know. Huxtables, all this, that's what we know.
Right.
So that's what I do. Now, the person on the receiving end of that may not be used to that.
Right.
So that may be foreign to them.
Right.
It may be frightening.
Right.
And they may run away from it.
Right.
Which has happened. You've heard guys say, "Oh, you're too nice of a guy."
I want you to tap into that because someone just said that to me last night. It annoyed me. I'm raising sons.
It annoyed me too.
I'm raising sons.
Better be nice guys.
Yeah. And I don't like the whole nice guys they finish last. It was because we watching the show The Shy, and the girl broke up with the young man, and he said, "I hope that you find another nice guy." And I love that he said that because he understood.
Good.
I wasn't for her. We had a certain time, but I wasn't for her. But I'm gonna still be a nice guy. So thank you so much for saying that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You should really. Everybody's got to look at themselves. Like I look at this with my wife passing at 42 years old. Life is too short to be out here angry, frustrated, holding grudges. Nah. If you're about that, get away from me.
I know that's a fact.
I don't want that.
Please stand clear, sir, ma'am. We don't need those vibes, okay? We trying to live.
Let me do my work. Go home to my kids, and that's that.
So now, I love that you said, she builds you back up. Can you just tap into, because this is what I feel. and this is just what I've been seeing. I feel that when we look at the state of relationship wise, we know that divorce is at a high rate, all the different things. I feel that people are kind of battling with who they are. So if you don't know who you are, how can you love the next person? You know what I'm saying? So I would love for you to just give me a little bit connected to, you know, your late wife. You telling me that she built you up just actually gave me chills, because I get that. But I would love for you to just share just a snippet of what comes to mind that you would want other people to understand about love.
Well, hers was unconditional because I gave her a lot of conditions, not necessarily verbal, but just my behavior based on previous heartbreak. I did not want to feel that anymore. I didn't want to love anything or anybody, even myself.
Right.
And, you know, we were introduced by a mutual friend, and it was rocky because I didn't want that.
Yeah.
But she knew I needed it.
Come on in here.
And she held on to me. And she was putting me back together.
Right.
You know, when they say a good guy or a good girl's gone bad, she's gone forever. Well, I was walking that path and I really didn't care.
Right.
But she did.
Yeah.
And, you know, it started to pay attention. It started to click. But when somebody's been traumatically hurt, they tend to put up walls.
Right.
And she knew that, and she accepted me. And, you know, we worked through it. And I can tell you this now, she has taught me a lot about love because, like I said, hers was unconditional. Yeah. Unconditional and unwavering. Even though I did nonsense, everybody does, you know.
God sent you who you needed.
Exactly.
Love that.
I like how you said that.
Yeah.
I like how you said that.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
So now you're a dad. You have 2 children.
And children by marriage, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So how many altogether?
3 by marriage and 2 the old-fashioned.
So 5. Dad of 5.
Yeah, I'm just
Father of 5 children. Father of 5 children. You know, what's that like being a dad of 5 and also doing what you do as a profession?
Well, it's all right because the oldest 3 are older and they're old enough to take care
do their
of
own
themselves.
thing. Okay.
The younger 2 now is different because they don't have mom. I mean, we none of us have mom, but it's like they are brand new.
Now, how old are they?
8 and 13.
Oh, they're younger. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So it's been different, but I tell you this, Black Long Island again, with the support, the care, the love, the gifts, the check-ins. It really takes a village. Yeah, it really does. Big time. And something I was explaining to somebody before, I am a helper. Okay. It is hard for a helper to ask for help. To ask for it. Yeah. I will receive it, but it's hard to ask for help. Because I'm supposed to be helping you. I'm supposed to be this independent, strong person helping you. But when I need help, it's damn, who do I turn to? Right. I don't want to put a notice out there and look like I'm soft. Right. It's weird. Yeah. It's life. It's weird.
It's life. It's what goes on in the mind when you're used to being
the
helper.
If you need help, you have to ask for it. That is, people are not mind readers.
Say that one.
People are not mind readers. Right. And I've seen that with the outpouring after my wife passed away, just people bringing food to the house, this, that, and the third, dropping off gift cards, asking me if the kids are all right. It got to the point where it was like, yo, I don't even really know these folks, but they're helping me out. And it seems weird, but you know, it's genuine, and I thank God. Yeah. I thank God. But that's how God works. You know, He has to sometimes take us out of our comfort zone to bless us, so we can realize we have the right to be blessed as well. You know what I'm saying? You go through something traumatic, like losing your wife, your children dealing with no longer having their mother. You can't do it all anymore. That's not your job right now. Your job is to receive. You know what I mean? So, you know, thank you for sharing that, because so many go through that and they do have a hard time receiving because they're used to, you know, being the giver. You know? Exactly.
So thank you so much for sharing that. So now, Mr. Grafton,
Yes.
owner of Platinum Hands. Platinum Hands.
Yes.
We're getting that work
I
done.
did not ask you today.
He put on lotion for hot mic today.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
had to.
All right, so now with that, share with us like what is it? Because my feeling is this: I could just tell you get so much joy doing what you do.
I do.
Give us a few scenarios, or maybe a few jobs you could think of that's like when I did this job, this happened, or I will never forget when I did this particular job.
Well, my first bathroom, one of the first major bathrooms that I did was a bathroom in Lakeview. And I knew the family for a while. And I just stopped by there one day. I saw the mom in Home Depot. She was like, Grafton, I was looking for you forever. I need this bathroom done. So I was like, all right, stop by the house and see what it is. And I get in there, man, everything was done wrong.
Ooh.
Everything.
What's that mean?
That means that the person that was doing it had no clue what they were doing.
Like piping, like
Piping, floating seams, meaning when you put two boards together, there's got to be something here.
oh, to
so they
keep
don't-
the space.
It was like a trampoline.
Even I knew that.
It was like a trampoline.
Ooh.
So I said, nah, you got to take this whole bathroom apart and redo it because
Yeah.
this person's going to ruin your home.
Right.
So she took me to the tile shop in Limbrook, and there was a display there. And she said, this is what I want in my bathroom. I said, get the materials.
Wow. That was it.
That was it.
And let's get to work.
And I'm talking Roman arch,
Wow.
bench seat, separate handle, body sprays. And to me, like how I break this down with what I do is like playing with Legos or Lincoln Logs to me,
Mm-hmm.
because I've been trained to know how to put things together.
Right.
I know how to take them apart. You can only put it together one way,
Right.
the right way. You can't put it together that way. You can't put it
Right.
the right way. Plumb, level, square.
Mhm.
To me, it's
Love
simple, but some people go and they overcomplicate things. Don't do that. You drive yourself crazy.
Don't do that. I'm done.
You know, it's like
I
people
cannot.
will look at it. Oh my God, how were you able to do that? Patience.
Have you ever had it to where a person just said, I just don't like this. Can you just do it? And they give you free reign to do it?
Yes, but I don't like doing that
Oh, why?
because you have to live with it. What if I go pick something you don't like?
I get that part.
I said in a situation like that, I'll look at your house,
Right.
see what kind of colors you have going on.
Mhm.
I'll start asking you questions. But one thing
Right.
I do not like to design.
Mm.
Have that done. Spend the extra dollars and get a designer.
Right.
This
right,
way
right.
I get a plan of
Mhm.
what you want
Mhm.
exactly to the T.
Got you.
Materials are on deck. All right, cool. Leave me alone.
Leave me to my.
That's it. Leave me alone. Go hang out.
Wow.
But as long I don't like freestyling.
Okay.
A bathroom.
Mhm.
No, I don't like freestyling because
Got you.
anything can come up.
Right.
And a lot of homeowners, they don't know. So go sit down with the designer, get the plan set up, and then give me the plan, and that's it.
Okay. Have you ever had it to where a particular designer wants to work with you?
They all want to work with me.
Ah! It's the platinum hands, baby. I'm a hot commodity. What you mean?
no,
That's a trick question.
I've had a lot of designers want to work with me, but now the thing gets to the cost of the project
Okay.
and where that's going to be. Not everybody has it like that, because the more people you put in place, the more checks you
Gotta
got to
pay
write
everybody.
out, right?
Right. No, that makes sense.
But
That
the
makes a lot of sense.
beautiful thing about what I do and what I know, depending on what you want to do, if it's just say a standard 5x8 bathroom, I don't have to call an electrician.
Mhm.
I don't have to call a plumber. I
Mhm.
don't have to call
It's
a
all you.
carpenter. I can do all that. And what's going to happen there is going to save you some money
Mhm.
because you don't have to call all these different
Right.
people.
Right.
Also, you don't have to organize 6, 7 different mentalities.
That was good.
Yeah.
Now, Speak on that one. Have you ever had an issue where you couldn't do a job because they had too many hands involved?
Nah, I had to actually take some people off the job. Like, nah, you're not.
Well,
Yeah.
how did that work?
I don't want to get into the particulars,
Why
but it's
not? I gotta understand.
you'll get some people and they'll try to beat the clock. Like,
Mm.
this is a tiny little bathroom. It should,
Stop playing.
you told me you knew how to do tile.
Mhm,
Why it take you 5 days? Because you're trying to beat the clock.
Yeah.
I said,
Ooh.
I can't have you here anymore because you're being dishonest.
Yeah.
You worry.
Oh, tell them what beat the clock means. I'm sorry.
Beat the clock means you're trying to squeeze out the job, trying to prolong the job so you get
Get more
paid
money.
by the day.
Yeah.
That's not how it works. Get this job
Be
done.
honest,
Move
man.
on to the next one because
Your character is what people remember, man.
Absolutely.
You gotta do right.
Absolutely.
Gotta do right.
Absolutely.
That don't work. Thank you
So,
for sharing that because
yeah.
that happens too. And people starting to catch on. Homeowners starting to catch on like, no, we're not doing that.
No.
So yeah, thank you for saying that. That makes a lot of sense.
To alleviate that type, I got enough frustration and stress right now.
You're like, I don't need that.
I don't.
We good. I don't need that.
So, like I said earlier, I'm looking to revamp what it is that I do, and I might. I'm not going to say anything now, but I don't know. You may not see.
You're thinking.
I'm thinking.
We're gonna leave it at
Yeah.
that because you don't want to hurt nobody. You don't want to excite
Exactly.
nobody.
Exactly.
I just saved y'all.
You're still going to
I
get
say
quality.
so.
Still, that's one thing that will never waver. But depending on the size and the scope of the project, I really have to look at those seriously now because I don't have help at home anymore.
Right.
So I can't be at work till 7, 8 o'clock at night
Right.
because I got to be home with the kids. So I really got to reevaluate
Absolutely.
where I want to put these platinum hands.
Right. Love that. So now, when it comes to, I know you said earlier that if people not being called, what are they doing? They might not be whatever.
Mhm.
The people that you have had that worked okay, did you get them like from Indeed or how do you find people?
I put a couple words out on Black Long Island.
Okay.
And there's a little way that I ask a question to see if you know what you know. You tell me you're a contractor, you're a carpenter. I ask them how many 16ths an inch. And people that don't know will sit there like, oh man, I just gave you the answer.
Yeah.
How many 16ths are in an inch? There's 16 of them.
Yeah.
If you stumbling and bumbling on that question,
You don't do this
see
work.
you later.
You ain't about that life.
You really not.
Graf says, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, sir.
You're really not.
You're not about that life. Wow. I love that. So let me ask you this. I have a heart for the youth. If I'm in a room with a bunch of kids, maybe unruly, maybe not doing what they're supposed to do, and they call me the correction officer to come speak to them, and I say, listen, I know some people who out here who have trades going on, they're doing very well. And they start asking me questions like, well, how much do they make? Well, how much they just, what would I say to them?
If you're referring to an entrepreneur, you're going to make as much as you want to.
Okay.
But there's certain steps that you have to take in order to get there.
Okay.
You may have to pull some other people in. You may have to go take a certification course.
Right.
But you're going to get out what you put in.
Just like anything else. Gotcha.
If I wasn't putting my heart into what I do, all these people on Black Long Island would not be calling me.
Right.
So you get out what you put in.
So now-
Consistency, integrity, decency. You have to put those, that has to be a part of your tool bag.
Absolutely.
Has to be.
So let me ask you this. When it comes to, let me ask you this first. Pricing wise, how did you know when it was time to?
When they stop complaining.
Wait, what?
When they stop complaining. If they're not complaining about your price, it's time to raise your price. Listen, that's what the old Italian man
love that. Oh man, that's so good.
You give them a price.
That was so good.
Example. All right, I'm gonna do that for $2,000. Good. Come tomorrow.
Right.
Man, maybe I should have said
No, that was perfectly said.
Listen, the old Italian man taught me very well.
That was perfectly said.
He said, stay away from your poor customers. They can't help you. It may sound harsh, but I'm not out here to volunteer.
Right.
I am out here to make a living for me and my children.
Yeah.
And The same way you go and pay $5 for gas, same way I go pay.
Right. Boom.
So it's natural to try and haggle and bargain, but if I give you the number, best believe I thought about it.
Right.
And I thought about you, I thought about me, and this is where I came.
Right.
This is that.
This is that.
I'm not some guy you're picking up at Home Depot.
Mm-hmm.
I actually know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Love it.
Good work is not cheap.
That's it.
Cheap work is not
saying
good.
Spirit of excellence. Spirit of excellence. So now, have you ever hit the millionaire mark? The million mark?
What's that? Made $1
$1
million?
million, yeah.
Probably.
What you mean probably?
I mean,
don't
has it run through my hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has.
Pretty sure? You don't know for sure?
I don't know.
Why not? What? This ain't gonna work.
I just want to make sure I'm feeding my kids, paying my bills. You know, as an entrepreneur, self-employed, you don't pay attention to that. Becoming a company in the LLC is different.
Right.
Taxes,
Explain.
payroll,
That's what I'm saying.
Now
That's why I said
now
how
I
would you
gotta
know?
pay attention.
Yeah.
Beforehand, it was just like I was getting jobs every day.
Mm-hmm.
$250 here,
Mhm.
$1,000 here, $1,500.
Mhm.
When I tell you, I'm pretty sure I may be close,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't being tracked.
Gotcha.
It was being made. Here, wife, bang.
Right.
Here.
Made and being handled.
That was
right.
our plan.
Mm-hmm.
You handle the house, I'll bring in the money.
Right. Got you.
So I go make it, boom, there it is. There it is. Now with the LLC, it's different
Right.
because you have to be accountable for that.
Mm-hmm.
Prior, I was just making the money and
So now I just want you, to help the people to be clear, because that's one of the things, I like for you guys to come on and actually share, when you came from this point to where you got to this point. Because I did it. I deal with mine's the LLC that I have, dealing with the accountants and things of that nature, and write-offs and stuff like that. So now that you have that going on, do you feel like you're more organized when it comes to the finances?
no.
Or you're still learning?
I'm still learning because it's in its infancy and I just had a major traumatic situation
Right.
occur. So it's like I'm
Okay.
not even focused
Gotcha.
on that right
That's
now.
honest.
Not
That's
even
honest.
focused. I'm not even
That's
focused
honest.
on that.
Got you. So now let me ask you this.
Mhm.
Would you say, would you encourage people to make sure they become an LLC? Or learn about the difference between S Corps and LLC? I always tell people, do your research.
You should.
Because everybody always say what you should do, what you shouldn't do, but everybody's businesses are not the same.
Right.
If I just out of nowhere start saying I want to be remodeling stuff, I'm not going to get what you're getting.
Mhm.
So me getting an LLC probably wouldn't make any sense. I'm going to be just paying taxes.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you say to that?
Do your research. Find out what it is you want to monetize.
Right.
Find out what the competition or the climate is for what you do.
Right.
And set your ducks up accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
S Corp may not be for you.
Right.
Limited liability may not be for you.
Right.
Sole proprietorship may be for
Right.
you. And that's something that I'm looking at now, like I may have to revert
Right.
because I don't really
Yeah. No, that's real.
I haven't found that
Mm-hmm.
partner
Right.
that I can take the day off
Mhm.
and not worry about the
Yeah.
job. Mm-mm,
Gotcha.
mm-mm. Yeah,
That means a lot.
Yeah, I'm an owner operator. Everybody in this culture will say you're a boss, but fam, I'm an employee.
I know that's a fact.
I
I'm
work-
both.
I'm both
I'm both in
Daily.
real life. Yeah. I'm both in real life and in real time.
daily.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's real.
For
sure. So, like you said, you're dealing with now. You have the children, and now you're looking at how you want to, evaluate how you've been doing Platinum Hands.
Mhm.
For someone who grew up knowing what you kind of knew what you wanted to do without actually knowing what you want to do since you were a child.
Mhm.
If you had to talk to a room full of people and tell them about who you are and doing what you love, what would you say to them?
Know yourself. Know what it is you enjoy doing and try and make a business out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Period.
There's so many ways to make money, man.
Listen, my younger sister, Janelle Ifill, she is excellent with the hair. She makes edges appear from nowhere. Like,
Why did you call her? Because my kid's trying to take mine. No.
but
came from nowhere.
She had no formal training. She just knows what to do.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, she's at home with mom and pop. I'm like, yo, let's turn the garage into
a
salon. Get 3 chairs, hire some employees.
Period.
Because she's nice. So,
See that?
She's nice.
Work with what you got.
Work what you got.
How about that? Work with what you have.
She did the medical field, but hair care to her was more of a hobby. But now that she's putting herself on Instagram and everybody's watching, she's getting clients coming in. I'm like, yo, it's not a hobby anymore.
Right, that's a fact. They just made it not a hobby.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's get to this bag.
Yeah.
There's so many ways to make money.
Absolutely.
It really, really is. You just have to open your mind up to it and go by what's used.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I think people need to understand. I love your story because you could have just said, well, everybody else is doing medical field. Well, let me go to school, be a nurse then.
Listen,
you didn't.
I took the Suffolk County Police test in, I think it was 2003, 2004. I got a 98 on that test.
Wow.
They called me the next week because they wanted me to be an officer.
Right.
I thought about it. They were offering $75,000 fresh out the academy.
Fresh out.
No. Because to do that kind of job just for the money is dangerous.
Right.
I did not want to put myself in that position to do something just for the money.
Please tap into that.
Nah, you're doing something that you don't enjoy or money is your motivator. I don't want you working on me.
Telling you.
I don't want the doctor
Come
or
on, Grafton.
neurosurgeon that doesn't love his job to work on me.
Doesn't like people.
No.
That doesn't make any sense.
Go
Some of
away.
this stuff really don't make any sense. And y'all just doing it.
That's it. If you love what you do, then you could come over here and do it for me. Or do it with me.
Right.
But if you don't love it, so... Wow. Yeah, I would have been in a different tax bracket right now, but would I have been happy?
Right.
Nah.
That makes a difference. Yeah, and that would have seeped into you as a father, as a spouse. We got to normalize doing things that give us peace. That fulfills us, not for everyone else. You know what I'm saying? That's why.
This type of work gives me peace.
Yeah.
To be able to, somebody's frantic. Something's happening. The place is flooding. I go and help them. I feel good about it because now they're calm.
Yes, absolutely.
You saved me.
So now, renovation, remodeling. The remodeling part is more of the designing. The renovation part is more of I gotta rip all this apart, see it before I see it.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And when you do an estimate, and this is what a lot of people should know, or you even come down to the number, that's a rolling number. Because I don't know what's behind that wall when I open it up.
Say that part.
And you cannot hold me to this because there's things I can't see. It might be in there damaged.
Now, thank you for saying that because that actually happened to me before. They didn't end up getting the money because I was like, hell no, excuse my language. But I understand what that is now. Where they give you a price because they're assuming that it's just going to be like this. And they realize you got issues going on internally.
You got to
so now I cannot do that job for that. That's what you're saying, correct?
You got to read that paperwork. Okay. This price is in the event that everything underlying is in operational or good working condition.
Right.
If it's not and we have to correct it, you got to pay for that.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That needs to be understood.
Absolutely.
But
thank you for saying that.
A good person will let you know that, and a bad person will just cover it up. You doing that?
Or they'll tell you last minute, like, oh yeah, well this was going on, so I had to do this. You need to thank you for that.
There was a situation where there was a job in Queens for some tenants that were renting from a landlord, and he called me. I think he found me on Black Long Island, and he wanted me to paint the mold or clean off the mold in the bathroom and paint it. I said, sir, that sheetrock has to come down because if there's mold on the front,
you can get sick.
There's mold on the back. No, just cover it up. I said, nah, you go find somebody else.
Good for you.
So I pulled the tenants aside. I said, listen, y'all got babies in here. You need to go speak to your worker.
Say
and
that.
make sure that this gets done correctly.
Properly.
'Cause
Good
I
for
don't-
you.
I don't want to be.
Character makes a difference. You gotta do right by people,
That's a
daggone it.
fact. You
It's real
never
out
know
here.
when it's gonna come back and bite you.
Mhm.
I don't want
Absolutely.
nothing to bite me.
I know that's a fact.
And what the old plumbers taught me was, Graf, you do it right the first time because you don't get paid for callbacks.
Mhm.
Okay.
Boom. Love that.
You don't get paid for callbacks.
That was cool.
So do it right the first time.
Love that. Love that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for coming.
And all homeowners, know where all of the emergency shutoff components are in your home. Know where your gas shutoff is. Know where your water shutoff is. Know where isolation valves are. You should know these things. It's your home.
Right. Thank you. Isolation valve. Don't know what it is.
If you need to change a faucet in this bathroom, no need to shut down the whole house. There should be a hot and
Gotcha.
cold isolation valve to isolate that area.
Got it. Okay. I know what this one is.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, cool.
You should not leave it up to the service person to know your home. You live there. You bought it. Know what it is. Find out.
He
where
just
these
chose
things
violence
are.
on me, y'all. He just chose violence on me. This is my platform. Yo, wait, calm down. No, it's like, no, I get what he's, because I didn't know in the beginning. I just honestly didn't.
And I'll tell you this: an educated homeowner is the best type of client.
Yeah.
Why? Ain't nobody gonna pull
Right.
wool over your eyes.
Right.
I've seen so many, and even on Blackland Island, I don't know if it was the case, but a lot of single women have been taken to the bank by unscrupulous people. And that to me that's despicable.
Yeah.
It's like, this person needs your help and you taking advantage of them. You
People
help.
pray on that.
Listen, if you
They
help
prey on
them
the weak.
correctly, they're gonna tell their friends.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't even pay to do the wrong thing.
Mhm.
You're hurting yourself in the end.
Yep.
Because first of all, the money's gonna fly away anyway because you got it the wrong way.
Absolutely.
So thank you for sharing that, because there's a lot of that going on, and it breeds trust issues as well. Because then
Absolutely.
they see your work and they're like, that looks amazing, but this happened to me.
Had so
before.
many bad experiences. Well, you can call all my clients.
Yeah, it's like a bad
All of them.
relationship.
And they will tell you, yeah, we leave Grafton in the house.
Mm-hmm.
We give them a blank check. You don't gotta worry about me.
Right.
Nope. There's not too many Graftons, so
Yeah, that makes
not gonna
me
be
laugh.
out here
You
doing
say
foolishness.
that.
Pretty
I'm
easy to
Say
find.
that it's not too many grafters. Like, I can't go too far. I can't do too much craziness.
So
I love
on
that.
top of which, this is what my kids rely on. So I
Right.
have to move with integrity.
Right.
If I go in somebody's house and do some nonsense,
You don't know how it's gonna come back.
they're on Black Long Island telling 65,000 people. No, I don't need that.
Right.
I don't need that.
Absolutely. Mr. Grafton Ifill Jr.
Yes.
of Westbury,
Yes.
New York. I just learned that today. I don't know why I thought you was from out east somewhere.
I live in Wyandanch now.
Okay, so maybe that was it. All right.
Mhm.
So maybe that was it. Okay. Cool. Oh, Wyandanch. That's a people from out there. Cool. If you had to leave us with something, somebody just came on, realized, oh man, I missed the interview. What they talking about now? If you wanted to leave us with something, whether it's connected to your business, you as a Black man, you as a father, a husband, you as an individual, what would you say to us?
Think positive, move positive, do positive, because you can't get negative from that.
Love it. Where can I find you?
You can find me at platinumhandsllc.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find me at 516-943. Can I give that out?
Absolutely. This is your world right now.
516-943-7106.
For the man with the platinum hands.
Or you can find me on Instagram at platinumhands77,
Okay.
or Facebook, Grafton Ifill Jr.
That's Ifill
Absolutely.
Jr.
Yeah, not too many Graftons. I'm not hard to find.
Yeah, you keep saying that. That makes me laugh. Listen, be positive. What you say?
Be positive.
Be positive.
Think positive, do positive, move positive. You cannot get negative from that. It's impossible.
Got it.
And we learn that in math.
Are you a big reader?
Absolutely.
Give us a book. I'm a big reader. I try to lead them with some books to read.
Mm.
Give us something.
And
And why?
Anything for dummies.
I know that's a fact.
They break it down.
I'm telling you. Thank you for saying that.
Anything for dummies.
For
Plumbing
real.
for dummies, electrical, LLCs for dummies, anything, because they break it down. But if I was going to leave you with any book, I would really and truly leave you with Proverbs of the Bible. A lot of wisdom in there.
Love that.
A lot of wisdom.
I'm going to have to pick that one up.
A lot of wisdom.
Very cool.
One thing I live by is Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way that it should go. See, you know.
You know, I know.
So that when they are
I told you I'm raising brown boys.
They will not depart.
We're not playing. We're raising brown boys who are good guys.
Yeah. So even if you think it's not sinking in, give it.
Yeah.
My grandmother gave it, and she taught. She taught a lot. That was her favorite verse.
Love that. And
I have not departed from it. I tried to, but it was always there.
He gonna pull you back.
Yep.
He's like, I don't know why you out here playing Grafton.
Yeah.
It ain't too many of you.
No.
I ain't gonna forget that you can't say that. It ain't too many of you. Listen,
and
nobody, not too many people got my name.
Now I have a Grafton 3.0, so I'm teaching him the same way.
Love that.
Yep. Teaching him the same way.
Love that. Listen, thank you so much, for sharing your gift with the world.
Cool.
Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Cool.
I don't take it lightly. I know somebody, when they tune into this, they're gonna be like, wow. Because I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Oh.
Absolutely. I'm absolutely inspired. You definitely educated me for sure.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for accepting my invitation. Listen, Mr. Platinum Hands LLC, Grafton, one of one Grafton, Ifill Jr.
Yep, there's a senior, I'm junior, and then there's Grafton the third.
There's Grafton the third.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys make sure you check him out. Listen, not just words. Y'all don't have to go by what I'm saying. You can join Black Long Island and see his work. As soon as you punch in his name, all you're going to see is perfection.
Wow.
Spirit of excellence. I promise you. I'm telling you. Every time I saw his name, I said, dang, I don't need nothing in my house. I got to pay this dude to do something. Because he killing these cribs. Like, he killing the kitchens.
Thank you.
Listen, when people walk in their homes and they can just do this, it makes you feel better.
It really does.
So I hope you get who you are to people.
I would love to have that crew, that team.
It's coming.
I hope so.
We speaking it. Because we speaking positive.
Because
You said that.
Listen, I love doing those type of renovations so I can stand back and be like, yeah.
No, he's
But
official.
I can also go and do the one-hitter quitters and be all right by myself.
Listen, our prayers that God's going to bring the right people.
Yes.
The right people.
Yes.
That won't tarnish your brand.
Yes.
To assist you, because your gift cannot just go, you know what I mean? Listen.
Mm-hmm. And
I know you got to handle what you're handling.
Even now,
but
more
listen,
so than ever, because I
Yeah.
got things on the outside of work
Right.
that take precedence.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
come on, y'all. Y'all better tag some people who actually do good work. Okay, let's do that. Not trying to practice. God bless you if you're still learning, but learn your craft. We don't have a problem with that.
Right.
But those who actually do, who love what they do, who love what they do and are looking for, listen, reach out to him or go on Black Long Island, see the work that we're talking about, and then you'll get it. Thank you so much, for coming on How Michael Lady She podcast.
Cool.
I don't take it lightly. My prayer is that you continue to do what you've been doing, and that God sends the people for you.
Okay.
Definitely praying for you and your family at this time.
Thank you.
We think your wife, for who she was and is, in your life, and your parents.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because
absolutely.
They did a great job with you, sir.
Well, thank you.
They did a great job with you. I don't know if I ever told you, but I'm telling you, they did a great job with you.
Thank you.
All right. Platinum Hands LLC on Facebook. No, on Instagram.
Right.
No, Platinum Hands 77
on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Grafton Ifill Jr. on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And you can contact them by the phone number, which is
516-943-7106.
Hit them up, y'all. Hit them up. Let's keep them busy in a good way. Tag those people. I don't know if they're on Indeed or wherever they at. They're looking for some real work, to do real work. Hit them up. Listen, everybody, make sure you subscribe to Hot Michael Lady She podcast on YouTube. Make sure we go out here and support Mr. Grafton Ifill Jr. And we are out of here. Later.
Pieces.